Alright, welcome back. Here we are in another best of 3 series from the Frank and Algo Stormgate tournament. Cluck of the Irish. This one's going to be starring in the Blue Infernal. This will be Yoru. And his opponent also repping the Infernal faction, but this time wearing the red. Reds hate blues. This is Wriggle. And both of these two, this is going to be the round of 8, so they're hoping to get into the semifinals here. And both of these players having played a number of matches already today to get here. Or at least playing a number of games. Some maybe playing more than others. And we can see from Yoru here, it was a, looks like vault early into a shrine, into a con. Oh, I thought that was a conclave. That's a farm. That's a farm right there. And the brute and the hexen, they never agree on anything, including on the path they should take out to the camp. And so they took different paths, sort of like an old married couple that had a fight. And they don't want to talk to each other. You go that way, I'm gonna go this way. I'll meet you out at the slime field. When we're there, I don't want you to say anything to me. We'll just kill the slimes. We'll go home. Worry about it tomorrow. But like any good married couple, after bonding over the slimes, they say, "Fine, I still love you. Let's go kill some Shadow Mastiffs." Yes, let's do it. What's going on over here for Wriggle? Same thing. Wait a second. It is 4 fiends and a hexen. The hexen's just tanking herself. We're gonna leash these guys all the way out here. See, they now have this new behavior where they run real fast back. So doing that leashing could be useful if you were getting damage done on them, but I don't think there was a lot of DPS coming out while that was going on. Oh no! Oh, good micro from Wriggle to stop the low fiends from getting killed by that splash damage. All my fiends would have been dead there. But good job. What's this lone brute? Oh, I said lone brute, but the rest of these units were hidden on the minimap. They're going for the vision camp, and it's a bunch of fiends now after a couple of brutes. The last brute got split there. And now those fiends are... Where are you going? Are you going to harass this? Go straight in. Going straight in. Finding some gaunts. Finding some gaunts. The gaunts are like, we're going to do Ring Around the Rosie. And we're going to clog ourselves in here. And the fiend's like, we want an easier target than that. We want to find some imps to kill. Fiends on fiends. Outnumbered here. The Yoru's fiends outnumbered Wriggle's, which means Yoru got the win on those. And gets another imp kill as well. The brutes want to get in there and get a couple of cleaver whacks. And Yoru's going to steal the health camp. Oh. All of this is keeping Wriggle's units occupied. So even though there wasn't a ton of damage dealt, there were actually a couple imps I think went down, as well as a gaunt or two. So far these fiends have definitely paid for themselves. And look at this. This is another what I'll call Yoru special. While that was going on, he was out creeping still. And these fiends have crazy DPS. He's got a few more on the way as well as a brute. Maybe he's bringing all his troops up here. But I fully believe he will just try and take this camp with the fiends because their DPS is super high. And boom, camp done. Lost a couple fiends. Ooh, kind of want to take that camp, but heads back, and it's really just on trying to get the camp. Okay, the fiends are going back to take the camp because the health camps out of all the camps are really a good one to actually hold. Just gives you that passive regen as an infernal. That's the only way you're going to get any healing. So they just feel very, very essential and important for infernals. But a nice Wriggle fiend out here. But one Wriggle fiend meets 7 big old Yoru fiends, and Okay. Okay, I thought they were going to chase him down, but no. 3 megs in the middle of the map. Just saying, we're big and we can just hang out here. We're not worried. And it's 2 megs for Wriggle. Wriggle going to bust down. Looked like he was, and indeed he did. That's probably just preemptive. Because since he didn't go in there, I just thinking if I take that base next or in the future, it's easier for me to move there instead of going all the way around. And he's going, so both of these players are being a little passive right now. We are cross spawn, so that makes it easier to do this. But the idea is like, let's just stay on top of our creep income. So Yoru takes out this Therium camp, and this Therium camp's also going to go down to Wriggle. And Fiends looking for bases, looking for secret bases. No secret bases yet. We are on 1, 2, 3, and 4 bases. 4th base up for Yoru here, just finishing. What's going on here? We got our Soulforge Ascendants on the way. Looks like Twilight Spire just finishing, so that means we might be seeing an upgrade here. There we go, to an Elder Shrine. And, oh, lots of eggs out on the map. Nightfall Infestation going. This is not looking good for Yoru, as his 5 megs are pretty much surrounded, and there's nothing that they can do. Another meg comes in, pushing his way in, getting some stuns, but because he's surrounded, all these megs are basically taking twice the damage. Each of them are basically taking a damage from 2 Magmadons, and now Yoru is in full retreat with a bunch of Magmadons bearing down on his base. Luckily, he's got 5 Magmadons sitting up high. And he's trying to get some kills on the weak ones, but luckily there's some really good consumes used by Wriggle to eat Fiends and recharge white health. Magmadon's coming out. Yoru does not want Wriggle up on his ramp and decides to push him away by saying, march those weak megs into mine. I dare you. Mine are all got white health. Mine all are at full health. And we check the supplies. Yoru's only behind by 5 supply right now, and has just finished the Elder Shrine, which means he can get nothing coming out of the Hellforge yet. That's the one where you want to get some upgrades going. Either that Molten Touch or those Raging Tendons. Molten Touch, of course, giving you that extra damage for your Hellborns, turning them from pretty good into super awesome. And same thing kind of with the Raging Tendons, taking these slow bad boys that are just kind of lumbering along here and giving them those Raging Tendons that allow them to run faster. Yoru, putting a base out in the middle. That's the way you gotta play here. If you are an Infernal, you need that Therium, otherwise you're gonna be starved. And the way to get it on Lost Hope is to take the middle of the map. Wriggle out here with a little force. This doesn't look like his whole army. Yeah, some of his... Okay, I like that. He sent all those weak megs back to just soak in the juices, which means that they were low earlier, but not very many were lost, if at all. Which means all of that supply is going to be utilized in an efficient manner. Get more value out of it. And now, stomping down the forest and moving his units into kind of a position that can, if an army comes in here, can get a nice concave and flank on it. But Yoru is also good at controlling his units. He's got some that are up on the high ground here, and he's going to try and get a flank too. But look at these megs up here. They want to come down and join this battle. They're going to come in and the Hellborn, oh, smartly moving back. All the units moving back as they see the tramples. This is so perfect for Yoru. This is how he gets back in this. He moves it back so he doesn't take the tramples. Now he can turn and fight with his own trample if he likes. And he does. Oh, he actually just takes a volley. Oh, tramples going both ways. Some makes getting on top of the Hellborn, but the Hellborn's splitting, which is super good. That's what they want to do. One Hellborn really low, but staying alive. And now Mags and Brutes are just trying to melt down this last front of Mags, hoping that it can stay alive. One healthy Mag of Yoru does push forward, and now all the units of Wriggle are pulling back, and it looks like he split them in an interesting way to try and make them hard to chase and also make it easier to flank any pursuing units. The one Magmadon here from Yoru did get some good shots and actually kills a Mag with his trample. And wow, this is actually really good for Yoru, pushing these units back, up a little bit of supply here, and right on top of the ramp now, there are a few Fiends, but fresh Magmadons coming down the ramp with their tramples, wipe out that Fiend force, and we have units up the map into this now. It's Hellborns raining down on the farms. This is the end of this, is the last battle, but look at how many reinforcements all of a sudden show up for Wriggle. He has 3 Hellborn in the back and a ton of units. There's 5 Magmadons right in the middle of all these units, and let's call it a split. They were kind of pushed around by the Magmadons, and the Hellborns now have a little bit of a good concave, getting some good splash onto the Magmadons. And once again, Yoru's forces stabilizing a little bit, but more reinforcements coming down from Wriggle. Somehow having the economy to keep pumping out Magmadons into this Hellborn meat churner down here. The Hellborn themselves now have gotten quite low and are forced to retreat. And wow, I love IVI because of this kind of engagement where you can just have a constant stream of units into just this ongoing battle. And for the moment, Yoru and Wriggle deciding, okay, we need to take a breather. We need to build up. And look at Yoru. Yoru is not willing to let go of the advantage, saying, I am going to be mining every piece of Therium in the middle of the map here. And if you want any of it, you have to attack into my matrix. With Shroud Stones up now, I would not be surprised to see some of those morph into Wraith Stones, providing that slow, which is so helpful. We've got those Raging Tendons. We've got that Molten Touch. Oh, and we've got the Soul Praise Ascendance. We have the tier 3 Vault army that I've always dreamed of, but have never had myself because I'm not this good. Meanwhile, we have Raging Tendons over here. We also have our Molten Touch. We do not have our Soul Praise yet, just yet, but we have Spriggans on the board. And I can tell you that Spriggans in this matchup can help a lot. If the Spriggans are used to focus fire down the Hellborn, which is the only thing... Look at that badass dragon. The Hellborn are the only things that hit the air. The Spriggans happen to be kind of good against them, so if you can focus fire them down, then now all of a sudden you have this air force that cannot be touched by your opponent. But Yoru is saying, oh yeah, well I got a ton of Hellborn, so try it bro, we'll see how it goes. Magmadon marching over here. I don't like how they're marching in a parade, this sort of long Congo line. That's how you get flanked and murdered, but this is very aggressive. These bags are saying, that's what I'm here for actually, I'm here to get murdered. Murder me, boys. No, in fact, they're here to just try and get as many of those Hellborn caught in the stuns, and many of them get wiped out before these units even come to engage. The dragon and the Spriggans are forced to retreat here, but I just don't think there's going to be enough. Look at those Magmadon stomps pushing in. It's just all blue here. Blue hates red, and red GG's. That's a GG from Wriggle. Alright, we're back at it. This is going to be game number 2 between these two. Playing in the blue Infernal, this is Wriggle. And playing in the red Infernal, this is Yoru. Switching colors this time. Switching colors, but you know what's not changed? Blue hates red and red hates blue. And we're going to fight to the end. Hexen's marching out. We've got a expo on the way for Yoru after a vault. That seems like the same opening. And it looks like Wriggle also going for a vault into into a shrine here. And both of them getting a little peek. Yoru just walks up, does her hokey pokey, and dances away, whereas Wriggle actually goes and says, okay, I want to verify shrineage. I could guess that it's there, but I'm instead going to teleport home. And I think, yeah, Yoru was just like checking to see if there's shenanigans. Any shenanigans going on down there, but there was nothing. That was just a verification walk. And Wriggle is out with Brutes. We got Brutes and Hexen going for the creep. We got a... Oh, I thought that was a second Brute. No, this is an Imp. Very fast third for Yoru on the way. Hey, Greater Jerboa, how you doing? Oh, I'm just out here hopping around. Don't mind me. I don't care if there's some infernal versus infernal violence, as long as it doesn't impact me at all. There was some battles going on here, but I was too busy talking about the Greater Jerboa down there to see that it looks like these... What probably happened there is they got a real nasty one of their AoEs on the Brute, and that's why he took all that damage, that sort of crisscross AoE. Yoru here with some crazy control, able to pull back only the weak fiends. That's never something I can do. I just grab all the fiends and pull back, and then I'm like, oh wait, there's no DPS. And now, as a result, his fiends are pretty weak. There is no regen in this on Ruination here. So for the two Infernal players, oh wow, this is so peaceful. It's like, can we creep together? Yeah, I'll take the right one, you take the left one. So nice. Sharing is caring. Yo, Wriggle, stay on your side of the map, bro. No, Wriggle trying to chase Yoru down because he's got a slight unit advantage. And now it is Yoru in retreat. Fiends on top of a Hexen. You don't like to see that. So yeah, you have to turn and fight. Hexen goes down. Makes turning and fighting questionable. And this is a... Remember, this was a fast 3 bases. And now, yeah, nice cancel for Yoru to get those minerals back because needs to pump out units. Needs to pump out units to fight this off. Ooh. Getting a split route, so that was very good from Wriggle to get that extra health. Even if it's only 10 extra health on those fiends, that's important. Oh, Hexen goes down, unfortunately. And basically this hold is thanks to Mr. Shroudstone. Manifest Shroudstone popped down at a clutch time, it took out the Hexen, and chased the rest of the units back. It turns out after that hold, Yoru's sitting in a pretty good position. The Manifest Shroudstone tells us that the Greater Shrine was done. We have Demon Hoof Tremors on the way. And, okay, we do have a third base up for Wriggle. It's not clear how long that was, but didn't really take a lot of losses there other than unit losses, so this is pretty good. I apologize if my bias is coming through a little bit too much in these matches. I am a neutral commentator, but I am also a fan. And I do like Wriggle, but Yoru is a friend of mine, and I like his gameplay. So I'm a little bit... biased, I apologize. So Wriggle is doing what you try to do if you can get map control on this map, which is take out these central Luminite camps. If you can control the center of the map, then you can control these camps, and that's just going to be additional income, of course. Everybody likes income. And because Yoru kind of got put back on his heels as a result of that early push, it's just natural, at least I feel as a player, when I get pushed into like that, and if I don't have like a decisive swing where I wipe their army and I can run over to their side of the map, I'm feeling a little bit more pinned in. I feel like I shouldn't leave my side of the map as much. That relinquishes control to my opponent. Now right here, ooh, this could be really good for Yoru. Huge with a Nightfall. Huge double Nightfall. Both of them dropping Nightfalls there. And actually, Wriggle managing to get out of that fairly well. I think a few gaunts went down. I see some blood and guts down there. But, wow, those two Megs are super low. Clutch Effigy up there to get them regenning on their white health. Let me see that. Oh, how did I grab a gaunt? I'm like, okay, nice lash. Does get a Meg. Another good lash. But now it's Megs on Megs. And the thing about trampling into Weavers is you can walk right up underneath them and get a lot of damage. Oh, wow. Two weak Magmadons getting taken out as they're trying to flee back. And actually, these units are turning when... Yeah, I do think Wriggle kind of has a tougher force, but huge trample there, getting all those gaunts, and it's just really back and forth. Now it's Yoru saying, okay, I've overextended myself. I got those gaunts. Very brave. Sitting on top of the shroud there, soaking up the white health, the shroud skin. Alright, so here we see Yoru deciding, I want to take the map control now by sending some fiends over there. I push you back from the middle of the map, let me take over the towers. Sometimes just having the towers gives this impression of control, gives this impression of a lead. That's sort of what I was trying to talk about earlier, is how when you have that map control, your opponent feels they need to stay a little bit more in their base. Of course, you can always come out your base like Yoru has when you feel you can and try and take it back. That's what the game's about. And here we see the Shadow Demons going down. Oh, I don't know who got it. I think that was Yoru, based on the fireball animations only. Oh, another huge Nightfall. But actually, Wriggle with the defensive Nightfall that forced Yoru to pull back instead of marching in here. Now, do they got the tendons out? Not yet. If they had some tendons, that would have been extra dangerous. Let's see here. We are on 4 Hellborn, 7 Mags. And, yeah, 6 Mags. It looks like 2 Hellborn and a Weaver, plus some tier 1s. Whereas Yoru's sticking very largely on tier 2. And by tier 2, I mean almost tier 3. I don't see Molten Touch yet. Let's go check that Hellforge and see if it's on. Yeah, it's on the way with Soul Craze, Sundering Soul Craze right behind it. And Soul Craze, I want to remember this. So this is the new patch. It gives them brute speed. So this is brute speed, including an extra fiend. And you had me at extra fiend, but brute speed is awesome. We got an extra base going down here at the double Therium. I like this expand pattern personally on this map because the double Therium is here. But Yoru says, I don't want just one expand pattern. I want all the expand patterns. So I'm going to go both directions at the same time. And here comes some gaunts from Wriggle. Little scout gaunts. And, okay. So just a single gaunt here to take this camp. And that's going to draw Yoru's attention. Yoru doesn't want to give that up. Also wouldn't mind having a free gaunt. The 3 other gaunts are hiding in the Therium patches over there. Not super sure what that's about. Maybe waiting for an opportunity to come and harass. But Yoru, knowing that he's been scouted out, is just going to go ahead and... Another gaunt... Oh, well, this gaunt came to take this tower, but it's too late. And Yoru now trying to stay on that center map control. And taking out this camp. Let's go double check on those up. Oh, the upgrades are all done now. It looks like we got a Shadow Cliff as well. And Yoru with a wee bit of a supply lead here, 30. Or now 20. Okay. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so... Ooh, dragon up here for Wriggle. And look at this. I like the angle that he's attacking from here. This forces Yoru into a bad angle to engage. And only using a few of his units up at the front here. Now more of his mags just to push a little bit of a front while the Hellborn and the dragon can do most of the work. However, taking out a lot of that static D. Here come the tramples. It's just Hellborn left for Yoru. Oh, that is not good. And this is what I mean. Yoru is sort of pinned behind his own buildings. His own units can't even get through. That's just allowing the Hellborn to just kill imps, kill static D, kill eventually here the shrine. Okay, Yoru is trying to reposition. I like how he's trying to get some position here that will give some kind of concave. And the dragon, it's dragon on dragon action as well. The shrine's still alive, but you might as well let it die at this point. Some Magmadons have pushed through, or maybe they flanked around here and I missed that. But wow, okay, these units finally get cleaned up here. So the shrine's dead. This whole base is dead. But Yoru coming out on top, and actually Wriggle's gonna GG after losing his arm.